Hello, welcome to this Jane's Videos, and this is Nightmare House 2020 The Experiments Haunt Build Day 13. Today is October 26th, and it is around 5:40 p.m. I'm starting a lot later today than normal, but that is simply because I was filming the last two haunt films with Mac today, and they took a while, but we're still doing work today, so that's a good thing. But I did do something while doing the haunt films, because this guy had to be a part of it. Say hello to Rusty. He's not fantastic, but in the dark he's creepy. I've seen him in the dark. He's definitely very creepy in the dark. So you'll understand his story more once his haunt film comes out the day before Halloween, but there he is. Originally, like I said, he's going to be standing. I changed that so he's sitting, and I think it looks a lot creepier. So basically, there's his head. I painted inside the eyes to make him stick out more. A heart is on him, because you'll understand that better in the story, and then a human decayed hand, which you'll understand all that when the story comes out, but he definitely is cool. He's a steampunk robot, obviously. I like him. I may add some other things to him, but I don't know if I will, because I already made the film with him, and he's completed there. I may add some other things, though, because I do like how he looks, but I definitely think he could use some more detail, but we will see. We will figure that out. We will see if he can have some more detail, or if he's fine like this. I like how he looks. I don't have an issue with him. He's just like a very slim robot. He doesn't need to look fantastic, but yeah, he's cool. So UFO is close to being finished. It's kind of falling apart right now, though, because we have wind, so that's not good, but here you can still see the structure of it. It's still laying down. It's not standing, but that it's obviously going to be crashing to the ground, so that's why it goes up like that. And it's got lights around it. So it's big. It's going to look better when it's got its dome, because it doesn't have a dome yet. It's going to look better when it has its dome on it, and when it's not flapping around in the wind and getting all ripped apart. But there it is so far. Over here I set up Limbless Jim, because I think he works well for a laboratory. He's got the same aesthetic as a laboratory. I mean, he's a zombie for one. And two, he's got no legs, so his legs were like sawed off for an experiment. So Mac's letting me borrow him. And then, right on over here, I did some cleaning up of this area, which is nice. Right on over here. Like I said, not much was going to be able to be done today because we had to film today, but tomorrow we can work all day, so that's good. The facade started to be put together. It's got the stick-on stuff because it's just easier than needing to paint more walls. So this facade started to be put together, though the stick-on stuff's peeling off. But the stick-on stuff's pretty good. It looks nice. It doesn't look like scene setters. It looks a lot better than scene setters because it's flat. It's flat on there. It's just not. It's not a plasticky thing flapping in the wind, and it's vinyl too. So it's definitely better. So, yeah, like I said, not much has been done today because of filming, but that filming had to be done. So glad I got that out of the way, and now everything can just be focused fully on haunt building. So there's the UFO standing up, but it's obviously, like I mentioned, not completed yet. It's still got to get its dome on there, because then it will truly look like a UFO. But you can see it's slanted, crashing to the ground. This is how people are going to see it from the side. And then once it gets its dome on there, it'll look like a UFO. And then there's also going to be probably some bricks and stuff at the bottom there to make it look like it's pulling up the ground. So there it is. Just it doesn't look complete because it doesn't have a dome, so it doesn't look like a UFO yet, but it definitely will once it's done. I really like the lights on it. That was my dad's idea. I really like those lights. Well, whole thing was his idea, because I just told him, because I knew I wouldn't be able. I'm not smart enough to figure out structures of stuff. I mean, I'm not good at figuring out math and how it will work, how big it needs to be, stuff like that. So I told him I needed a UFO, and he figured out how to do it, and it's looking good. It's got this metal-looking stuff on it, which works well. And then it's got this pole in the back to hold it up. That way, you know, it's slanted, because it wasn't slanted before. We had to put that pole to make it slanted, but yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It's just not done yet, of course, but I'm liking the progress, and once it gets its dome on it, that's going to be awesome. I want to show this because I really like this. I got the, it's raining right now, so you might see that. But I got the high voltage sign on the big fence, and I really like it. Sometimes it goes crooked, which I think really adds to it. I think this is cool. I really, really like this on the fence. And you can't see it in full right now because it's really dark over here, and I just got a flashlight on it, but trust me, it's really cool when you can see the full thing. Let me try to get a thumbnail of that. I can try as hard as I can. It's kind of hard because I'm holding the phone and thing with the same hand. But yeah, I like that. It's on the fence. Really cool. Now though, I'm gonna get some water on my camera, some rain. Though we are done working outside for today because of the storm, I don't think I'm done working for today. Because I definitely think I'm going to get some work done in the steampunk lab. Maybe finish what needs to be done in there. I don't know. We're going to figure that out. Because honestly, it would honestly be probably a good decision. Because we can't do work out here anymore tonight because it's raining. So might be a good decision to get some work done there. So I know for a fact I'm going to bring sewer vermin out there tonight. That's definitely a big thing off the list. And that'll work well. So I'm going to get him out there. Okay, so that just about does it for Nightmare House 2020, The Experiments Haunt Build Day 13. I didn't do anything in the Steampunk Lab today because I might as well just do that tomorrow in the morning. Not much was done today, but I'm happy that Rusty's almost completed other than having a brain put on top of him because I want to do that for story purposes. But most of it was done for Rusty. Not much done today. Like I said, we had to film, and so that took a lot longer than I expected. So you know, stuff happens, stuff gets in the way sometimes, but we've got 4 days until Halloween. I want to have this haunt done by the 30th in the afternoon because I have Mac and Asher coming through to see it that day, though it's not officially open to the public until Halloween at 5 p.m. until 12 a.m. I have Mac and Asher coming the day before Halloween, so I want to have it done on time for them and so it can save myself work on Halloween itself so I can just focus on getting the front yard display looking how I want it. So, this haunt is going to be done on the night, no, it's going to be done in the afternoon of the 30th. So that's when it's going to be done. And I think I can do it. I think we can get it done. I think it's possible. The haunt's about, I'd say 65% done about right now. So you might think, oh, that's not even close. It's close. It's past halfway. Last few days we usually start ramping up a lot more work than usual. I mean, typically, because the reason that things take so slow throughout the month is because throughout the month before it gets to the last few days, we're only working for a couple hours a day. But when it gets to the last week of Halloween, other than today because stuff came up with the movie being longer than I expected, but usually the last week of Halloween we work all day. And that's the plan for, you know, from now on, leading up to Halloween, working all day. You also got to remember last year's haunt was a lot bigger because it was a farm theme, so it needed a lot of wide open space. Big structures were built, like the farmhouse, stuff like that. This year there's no big structures being built. The most time-consuming stuff was doing these walls. Obviously, I got those done a while ago, so don't have to worry about that. But so that was the most time-consuming thing. Really, all there is now is getting that UFO done. I mean, there's a lot to do still, but I'm just summing it up. Getting that UFO done, getting those few outside walls to cut off the rest of the backyard up, getting that final wall in the containment unit up, and then getting the gears on the wall in here, getting the rest of the diagrams hung up, getting some of the signs around the lab hung up. None of that stuff should take too long. That's not too time-consuming stuff. Getting sewer varmint in here, getting the cages made for these guys, and then getting all the props in the containment unit up, and then getting all the props in the outdoor portions of the haunt up, so like by the UFO crash, and the high voltage fence, and the zombie section, in the greenhouse lab, or lab greenhouse. And then, you know, putting props up doesn't take that long, because I've got them all set up, except for the toe tags, and toe tagged. I don't know. I got them all set up except for those two, and those two only take a moment. So you just put them in their place. It's not that hard. And then, of course, getting the electrical done, because I do have some lighting done in parts of the haunt, as you guys know, but obviously not all of it is done. Typically, we don't even start on the electrical and lighting and stuff until the night before. So electrical usually only takes about 2 hours altogether. So if I can get it done like as I'm working on the scenes, then that's the best thing to do. Then I gotta get fog machines hooked up. Doesn't take long. Then I gotta get speakers, audio hooked up. That will take about an hour, I'd say. So we'll be done. Where there's 4 days until Halloween, and I don't have to have everything set up until actual opening on Halloween night. However, I think it would be best so that Mac and Asher can get the full experience, because they can't come on Halloween themselves because they're doing their own things. So I want to give them the best experience because they are fellow haunters who really want to come see it. So I think it'll be best to have everything up. Also, it takes off a lot of weight off my shoulders, so I can only work on the front yard display and on Halloween and have some free time too before we start. I've never had that before. So I think I can definitely get this done by Friday afternoon. So we're cranking down on it. Halloween is this week. I'm excited. Though for some reason I don't feel that pumped up excitement that I usually do. I blame the virus for throwing the whole year out of proportion. I haven't been going to school, so things have been different there. It kind of doesn't make it feel like it's almost here, because typically I'd be going to school, passing out flyers right now, asking people about the haunt, seeing who wants to act in it. It's different this year, so it kind of doesn't feel like it's almost here, because besides calendars, of course, the way that we kind of measure our year and how the year's going and how things go is a lot of times through the things we do throughout the year as a routine. So that's different. Also, I have some things in my personal life that are different that would typically be the same around now. I'm not going to get into those, but you know, stuff like that happens. And you got that worry of how many people are even going to show up. It's the year's gone by so fast because of the virus. I'm still super excited that it's almost Halloween, but it hasn't really registered in my mind yet that Halloween's in 4 days. It hasn't really registered. But when it does, which I'm sure it will in the next few days, especially the day before and the day before the day before, I think once the lighting gets put in, once all the props get put in, it's really going to register in my mind. It's almost Halloween. So it just hasn't really registered yet because so many things are just off schedule this year that it's just strange. So it hasn't really registered that, you know, it's almost Halloween. But it'll kick in very soon once it starts to feel more like this haunt is complete. Hoping to have the haunt about 80% complete by tomorrow. That might be a stretch. Let's say 70%. And then Wednesday, let's shoot for 80. No, let's shoot for, yeah, let's say 80% tomorrow. Let's say that just to be safe. And then let's say, oh no, that might be Wednesday. We're gonna shoot for, no, let's do 70. Let's do 75 tomorrow, 85 Wednesday, 95 Thursday, perfect, and then 100% on Friday. So there you go. There's your schedule, and let's hope we can get it done. I think I can. I know I can because I have my parents to help me. Got this under control. God's on my side. He's going to help me with this. He always does. I always have faith in God that the haunt will be completed on time because it always is. I always pray about it every night at this time of year. I pray about it. I pray, make sure everything goes right. And I pray to make sure there's no rain. Never been rain in the whole 17 years I've been alive, which is a big reason why I'm a Christian, is because God has fulfilled so many of my prayers throughout my life. 17 years I've been alive, almost 18 next month. There's never been rain on Halloween. And this is my 17th Halloween on this earth, so there's never been rain. And I always pray about it, and it never happens. I also always pray the haunt will be completed on time. Always does for the past 9 years of the haunt. Always pray that a bunch of people show up. Always do. So I have faith in God that this will go as planned, that everything will be perfect. And you guys may not be Christian, and if you aren't, that's perfectly fine with me. You can be whatever religion you want in this beautiful country of America, or wherever you are in the world. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying because I like to make my religion publicly known, because I like it, I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be a Christian. I'm proud to be saved by Jesus Christ. So I do make it publicly known. Whether you believe in that or not, that's up to you. Doesn't bother me. Anyway, what you believe, what you do with your life is your business. But I just, I like to make mine publicly known because, you know. But anyways, I'm excited. It's almost Halloween. 4 more days, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be there. So stay tuned for tomorrow's haunt build video where so much more stuff will be done. I hope you all enjoyed this haunt build video.
Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves. Oh yeah, and see you next time, friend. can't do the laugh today very good, but that's alright. See you next time, friend.